Good morning. It is Thursday to Wednesday, day 6. Woo! I got that pretty quickly. You might be able to tell my glasses. There is a stunner of a view outside our window, but wow, I didn't even think. It's kind of an outcrop and we're up pretty high. The wind last night. I woke up at 4 and I seriously thought it was going to push us over. Wow, it was so strong. And it's been raining really strongly, but right now it looks really nice. We have several things to do today, including one thing we didn't get to yesterday, which we're going to start off at Smoo Cave. It looks amazing, but we will see. So we got to get ready to get out of here, and then we will show you some Smoo Cave. Good morning. And that's the view I was looking at as I was chatting with you. Wow. How stunning is that? Look at the beach. Our first stop this morning was Smoo Cave. Now the website says it's spectacular and dramatic. Usually I would think, yeah, that's overstating it. It's not. It is spectacular and very dramatic. If I was very hard pressed to say which was my favorite stop on the NC500, I think it would probably be this one. It was so good. When you get down the steep steps, you could see how pirates or smugglers would have used the cave at one point. I don't know if they did or not, but you could definitely imagine it. And I read Smoo is from the Norse, or they think it's from the Old Norse, meaning hiding place. So what a perfect place to put your loot. The steps going down are really big, steep, big drop steps. So if you're planning on visiting, keep that in mind. They're not the easiest to navigate, but take your time. This is definitely not wheelchair accessible. My biggest suggestion is get there early. There is a tiny parking spot right at the cave. Then just down from that parking spot, there's another, but they were full. We got lucky. We found a spot we could put the camper van in right where we could just walk down the steps. During regular years, they have tours of the cave. You can walk back, as you'll see, to a waterfall, but they have tours. Unfortunately, this was obviously not a regular year. There's nothing about this year that's been regular.
Maybe that way.
It's quite dramatic. So the steps are steep, but wow, is that worth it. That is probably one of my favorite stops that we've done. We've had some darn good stops. That one, wow, beautiful. We tore ourselves away from Smoo Cave and headed south down the west coast of the NC500. Now, the west coast is more about scenery, waterfalls, lochs, and geology. In several places along the road, there are signs explaining some incredibly interesting geological facts. As you'll see, some of the strata in the rocks don't really make a lot of geological sense because some have middle bits that are newer than the older bits on top of it. There are signs. There are a couple places you can get out and hike. Really, really interesting area. And the lochs and waterfalls, wow. We stopped so often to have a coffee by a loch, have lunch by a loch. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning scenery. It was very windy, so I didn't try to talk to the camera, and I just filmed the information boards and then what they were talking about. For example, these boulders that were left there by glaciers. There are so many fascinating geological features around this area. They started the Northwest Highlands Rock Route. And you'll see as you're driving occasionally, you'll see a rock sign. There is an information center, but it was closed when we were there and probably closed for this year. We do stop at Knockin' Crag coming up, which you'll see. You can pick up a leaflet there during the summer, but again, that information area was closed too. This is Ascent, an area known for its natural beauty. It is so popular with artists, and I think you can see why. If I could draw, if I could paint, this would be the place I would come. Then we get to the Kylesku Bridge. The Kylesku Bridge is a Category A listed bridge. It is a curved concrete box girder bridge, whatever that may mean, and the bridge is nice. The area around the bridge is stunning. The landscape is incredible. our Kylesku Bridge. And what gorgeous scenery is that? Wow. Well, there's a boat down there. So this is the area that they're talking about. See if we can get a bit closer. There. And apparently it says there's old parts on the top and the bottom. So there is a sandwich. The young 540 million year old quartzite is sandwiched between layers of ancient Lewiston GNEISS gneiss, which is about 3,000 million years old. This is Clashnessie Bay. It's a gorgeous little bay with a tiny parking lot, and the parking lot leads to Clashnessie Falls. If you go from the parking lot up to the village, there's a small sign that points the way to the falls, and it's not a long walk. It can be a bit muddy and grotty, but it's not a long walk. Now, Clashnessie Falls seems to be on everyone's itinerary if they do the NC500. We looked it up, we read quite a lot about it, we saw some gorgeous pictures of huge flowing falls, and obviously they hadn't had a lot of rain before we got there because it was more of a trickle than a falls, but still worth doing. So we end our day at the shore. Is that what it's called? Yes, Shore Caravan Site in Achmelvich. Oh, somebody's just pulling in behind me. In Achmelvich Bay. And we'll go have a look at the bay in a minute. But first, let's introduce you to some locals. They're very noisy, and they better keep it down while we sleep tonight. If they're making their noises at about 7 o'clock, I know what we're having for tea tomorrow.
No.
I don't eat them. But anyway, I'll show you the locals.